The UM student body, which is more known as PMUM today, which is Persatuan Mahasiswa UM, had recently invited Anwar Ibrahim to their campus for a talk. This incident had been headlined all across media, not only because of the very literal gate crash incident, but also because of the courage of the students in inviting such a prominent opposition figure into the varsity. How do you think the university management has handled the case?
As I've said, in the 60s, we had a lot of people come into the campus to argue, to debate, to discuss politics, opposition as well as government ministers. It should be an open atmosphere at the university. If you cannot discuss things at the university, then what kind of university are we?
Right.
Academic freedom is not something that is abstract, It's not an abstract thing that we long for. It is something that is very impactful, has great deal of effects on academic staff as well as on the students. If academics as students are not free to debate, argue, come up with critical thinking, discard ideas which are no good, then there's a great deal of sterility in the whole environment, which is not good. Because universities are supposed to challenge accepted norms in the society so that new ideas, critical for society, can emerge. But I would say that the universities in many ways are a manifestation of the environment in the society. So they cannot be taken into isolation. I mean, there are a lot of restrictions now in our community and in our society, which previously were not in existence. I mean, you look at the recent sedition cases.
Right.
It looks as if that you can't say anything, because if you say anything, you could be charged for sedition. So this is not very healthy for society. It is not very healthy for democratic society and institutions, because in a democracy, people should be allowed to discuss freely. There are laws which go against abusers in the system. There are libel laws which are already in existence, which will take care of
defamation laws.
Defamation, There are also other acts which prohibits so-called sensitive issues, from being taken advantage of. But other than that, I think we should be free to let people argue out their ideas.
What about our Mahasiswa's level of consciousness for public issues, on public issues now, if we compare it with your days?
I'm sure a lot of students are very aware and conscientious now because of the social media. Right. They may not get information from the so-called established media, but lots of information is being circulated on the social media, and you cannot stop that anymore. So there is a great deal of consciousness in and among the students. Whether that level of consciousness will result in social activities, well, that has left to be seen. But I'm very confident that students will become more articulate as time goes by. It is something that you cannot stop, actually. I mean, you look at Hong Kong, for example.
Correct.
Students are also coming out to protest, and in many other countries, students are coming out to take part in the public discourse, and that should be the case. That should be the case, because you want students to be thinking people. You want students to be able to, look through the logic of their arguments and hold their arguments in the face of critical or criticism from other points of view. There shouldn't be a curbing of the free thinking of the students. So you should not try to impose too many restrictions on students. I mean, what type of students are we producing? A few months ago, when I was supposed to take part in a forum in University of Malaya, and then suddenly somebody came and said, oh, it is cancelled because the administration has cancelled. So the organizers who have actually gotten permission from the dean to use the room, then said, okay, what is the best thing to do? Should we cancel or not cancel? And then we agreed that we shouldn't cancel it, so we had it outside the campus, outside the gates. And the audience was still, I mean, it is sad because I said you should have orderly, free discussions in the university. I mean, the room that the forum was held, I remember it was very bare, but ideas were not barren then. There were lots of cross-fertilization, there were a lot of discussion, there were a lot of debates. Now the facilities are all there and the room has improved, but the ideas have become barren.